So I was right. My eczema did end up coming back. As you can tell, it's a lot different than my last video that I posted on Sunday. This is 4 days later, and I was right. Look at this. I know it's disgusting, but this is just a reality of what I'm going through. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. But I put my neck was really bad earlier, but I ended up scratching it and I couldn't help myself, my arms. Yeah, so I'm actually staying at my uncle's house. And I'm so thankful for them because, man, I felt so alone when I was going through the bulk of this. But anyway, they're here for me. I'm staying with them, and I'm probably gonna stay with them until tomorrow night. But I went by my apartment earlier. I'm talking kind of quiet because they're sleeping right now, and it's 4 a.m. and I can't sleep again. So I thought I'd let some more thoughts out. But yeah, it's been a struggle, but I kind of pinpointed what I'm going through. So I do have eczema. I went to the doctor on Tuesday, I think Tuesday it was, and to my surprise, they wanted to prescribe more steroids and more antibiotics. The doctor, when she came and looked at me, actually, this is when I lost all trust in them. She actually said I looked better than when I last saw her, which that may or may not be true. I feel like this is definitely a lot worse than when I first saw her. But I denied the steroids. I might go pick up the antibiotics just in case, but this is just something I'm gonna have to deal with on my own, and I believe the carnivore diet is going to help alleviate this. I'm feeling pretty confident. Today is actually day 4 or day 3 of strictly carnivore diet. So I haven't eaten anything but meat and water and salt. And I actually feel like this is healing because the skin is actually very dry, which is what we want to see. It's very dry and flaky. I know it's disgusting, but I'm flaking just a ton, which it may look bad, but it's actually a good sign. So I'm staying hydrated, eating carnivore diet, and I think this is the answer, to be honest. I think this is gonna fix a lot of issues for me, especially with my skin, or only with my skin. This is what we're working with, not some of the issues, the issue of my eczema. So this is just an update. Oh yeah, so what I think I'm going through is TSW, Topical Steroid Withdrawal. And basically, I've been using topical steroids to manage my eczema for years. I would say probably 8 years. I've been going to HEB, or it's a grocery store here in Texas. And I've always been buying the 1% hydrocortisone cream. And literally, I've been going through tubes and tubes and tubes and tubes of that, just putting it on different parts of my skin where I experience a flare-up for years. Sometimes when my skin would get really bad, I would just throw that on there, just non-stop, and it would clear up. And then I would go through periods without any flare-ups, and then it would just come back, and then I'd buy more hydrocortisone, and then that was a cycle I did. So I'm thinking I would would clear up my skin with the topical steroids, continue with my diet of maybe eating foods that my body didn't like. My body would react. I would buy more hydrocortisone. It would clear up. I would maybe eat good while also cheating a little here and there, eating things my body didn't like. It was just a constant just roller coaster of reacting and subsiding, reacting and subsiding, reacting and subsiding. And I looked up topical steroid withdrawal, and the pictures line up exactly what I'm going through and what I'm seeing on the internet. They line up perfectly. And the symptoms of TSW are lining up perfectly with mine. Like, I can't regulate my body temperature. I'm always hot, and then I'm always cold. Like, for instance, today I was just chilling on the couch watching TV, and I was shivering half the day. And then now I'm freaking hot. Like, I have my shirt off, laying in bed with no blanket, and I can't get cool, and it's causing just discomfort. So that's one thing with TSW is temperature regulation is all over the place. I can't think of any more symptoms right now, but what's interesting about topical steroid withdrawal is that the American Institute of Dermatology doesn't recognize it as a diagnosis. Okay, now what's interesting is that the Australian and a couple of other European countries, they recognize TSW as a diagnosis, topical steroid withdrawal. And what's interesting to me is that I think it's because of the money. Let me word this correctly, but it's the money. So if an eczema patient comes in America to the dermatologist and requests healing of their skin, the doctor is incentivized to prescribe steroid medication. And of course, it's going to clear up the skin. But for how long and how effective it is still up in the air. It's different for many people, but there is a community of people that do experience topical steroid withdrawal. It's recognized by other countries except for the US, but I really think it has to do with the money. Because if people are experiencing topical steroid withdrawal, they're not going to be prescribed it. They won't go through they won't pay for it when they go get there to the pharmacy or the medical insurance. Companies won't be making money, so it's just a cycle of following the money. And sadly, I think that's the state of the US. It's just everything is so profit driven. Usually in the past I've always been a capitalist. I believe in going out there and creating businesses and making money, but I think you can really go too far with it, and I think America is just lost in the profits, in the money, in the greed, in the power. And you can see this with the foods that we eat, the foods that were sold, all processed, all cheap, all just bottom of the barrel stuff, chemicals, just cheapening the quality of our foods for profit. And I just may be one of the unlucky ones that is very sensitive to these processed foods. So that's why I believe that this carnivore diet is the answer to my skin problems. But it's been dark times for me, man. Dark times for me. But I feel like this is the answer, to be honest. I really do, and I feel like this is the turning point. But anyway, I just want to give an update. I know there's a community of people with TSW, and I'm gonna document my process of healing this. So This is day 3 of my carnivore diet. I haven't eaten any carbs, any processed foods, any fruits, any vegetables, just some straight meat, water, and salt. And I want to document this for, anyone else going through this, terrible, terrible thing. But anyway, I just wanted to give an update. I'm gonna try to get some sleep now. I'm actually starting to get cold, so that's a good sign. So I'm gonna put the blanket over me and try to get some sleep. But I have slept better. I slept better yesterday. It may just be because, I was here with family. But anyway, I just want to give an update. God bless. And I'll see you guys in the next one.